it's Anthony from West Coast Custom Concrete. Thank you for tuning in. Here's my drive to work down Pacific Coast Highway from Huntington Beach to Newport Beach to Laguna Beach. That's the view I get the whole way down. It's right along the coast. It's amazing. 80-degree days in December in California in November, full beach days. I'm doing a very special product video here because about 4 months before I started YouTube, there you go. I'm entering Laguna Beach right there. That's the main beach right there. There's all kinds of coves and little ambiances that are just unbelievable. Before I started YouTube, I did a driveway up here, and I always wish that I would have had the YouTube channel started when I did this driveway. So I'm going back to that house, and it's going to be amazing. There's the view from the house. I did the driveway like about maybe 4 or 5 months before I started YouTube, and it was real special to me, the driveway, because the guy's had a spinal injury who owns the house, and it's a 3-story house, ocean view, and the driveway was so steep and it all drains back to the house. So I put a drain in and I cut the grade way down where it's accessible on a trailer. There I am. Who says I don't work? I got to do everything. Look at that. So I changed all the grades on this driveway, and it was so tricky. And then I put a drain in front of the garage, a commercial drain. And I didn't want to bring my Bobcat up here because I had to do it real slow, and I didn't want to chip the driveway at all. That driveway is about 4 or 5 months before I started YouTube. And then my friend put an elevator inside this house because it's 3 stories. And like I said, the gentleman was in a wheelchair, and I did the shaft for it, the foundation of the bottom of it, and this driveway. So this wall was original. He said built in 80 or 82. This house was built, and when they put this wall, it's retaining. You can see where it holds the driveway up. It was all cracked, and they put stucco on it. And it's a pristine house. They put stucco on it, and down at the beach, with all the moisture, it's going to get behind it. The stucco is going to fall off, and it's just going to, in time, it lasted. I mean, 82 to now, it did its purpose. But I did a pour in place, or you guys on the East Coast call it cast in place wall on it. And very hard to bid. I was like probably $4,000 higher than the next guy, but when you have a reputation and you do the quality I do, people have an eye for detail and want high end stuff. There's a big difference, and they know what they're going to get with me. The next job I start, I just got a driveway and floating steps, and then I got a bunch of commercial work I signed, like probably close to 180,000 of commercial work, all flat work. You guys will see what I poured. That's how much was in my trailer. I just brought my trailer up there. I didn't bring any equipment. It wasn't that much. I think it calced out to 3 yards. There's West Concrete there. It calced out to about 3 yards when I poured it back. And you're watching the most efficient YouTube real concrete channel with the best information. The probably highest end work is you can compare it to anywhere in the world. You're not going to get any higher than West Coast and skilled guys that I have. The crew, the equipment, the salesmanship, the way I attention to detail, the way I treat the customer and keep them up to date on everything. I can price this stuff in 5 minutes while I'm standing there. I always shoot them a price, and I never change the game. If the footing's bigger than construction standard, or it takes more concrete, it's just collateral damage. I never go up to them and say I need more money. It's happened to me one time in 20-something years where it was just so crazy. I don't remember the situation. I just remember I had to do it once. So with the YouTube channel, the craftsman I have, that's Jose. That's one of the best finishers you'll ever see. And he brought a protege, somebody's training him with him. And the funniest thing, the guy that he brought is probably better than anyone you guys have seen in these other states on YouTube. And he's a intern. It's insane. These guys just keep producing master craftsman after master craftsman. I like when he comes out. You've seen him before. He cuts all the diamonds on my jobs by himself. He goes out there in those Herman Munster shoes and walks on the concrete and cuts the joints. And when you have the talent pool that we have out here in California, it's just a whole different ballgame. People really can't relate to it. That's why a lot of people around the Midwest and other states relate to other channels, because there's no standard and they can relate to it. They're not going to look at the stuff I'm doing and even understand what I'm doing. They have no idea of the origin I'm even coming through and how the good information I'm given. They think it's a hater. So no more information for different people. People who get it, the top 2%, intelligent people that know business get what I'm saying. And then there's a mass of 98% that don't, which is a good for the other YouTube channels. They can have a YouTube channel instead of a concrete channel. I like what I do. And sitcoms only last so long. They're going to jump the shark. That stuff don't last. Good work stays forever. And the jobs I got coming up, the floating steps, the driveway, it's just going to snowball. My phone's ringing nonstop from YouTube. And when you put this up, the job, I don't want to say who bid it. Somebody else bid the other job I'm doing on Friday. I'm starting, and I was 10 grand higher. And it just blows my mind what these people, I mean, it scabs to a different level. I almost think it's to almost break even just to put a YouTube video up. It's absurd. It is so insane how much money they could be making and invest and get the right equipment, these other people. But I'm not worried about other people. I don't necessarily want to talk about them. I'm just saying the fact I was 10 grand higher on a $25,000 job. So, you know what I'm saying? People who know, they know. You could say hater, you could say, oh, whatever you want, but facts are facts. Just look at the work I put up. That's what I'm about. I'm here for the real guys, for a customer who wants to see amazing design, amazing work, and hire me. That's the number one agenda. Other concrete guys that are pros that get tips or learn anything or ideas or designs is awesome. And then people who want to start off. I've changed so many people's lives. I don't show, oh, I'm buying this person a car, I'm loaning this person money because it's treasures in heaven. I don't do it. It's a straight concrete channel. It's not a soap opera. But if you want to start a pump business, I'm your guy. If you want to start a demo business, I'm your guy. That's who you should be watching. And it's all free, and there's no hidden agenda. You want to start a concrete business, you want to learn how to bid stuff and do stuff. I walk on these jobs. Within 10 minutes, I give them a price, 5 minutes probably. And 90% of the time, from YouTube, from my reputation, from reading the comments that are unbiased below, they say, when can you start? I'm like, well, I'll be here, next week or something on Tuesday. And then I set it up and I do it all. I brought my pump here, so I'm just going to pump 3 yards. It's a piece of cake for me. And then we're going to strip and face the wall when we're done because it's all exposed. I mean, it's only exposed on the other side if you walk over there, but it's a $7 million house. You have to face, even if it wasn't, no matter what area, we would strip and face it. And then I had to peel back the artificial grass, so I was there till dark. Stay to the end of this video and look at the night shot. That's when we left because we had to strip and face it, and we poured it a little bit later because we set it up and poured it the same day. And then I had to put that artificial grass back, and then I was going to come back in about 14 days, 10 days, and put the gate back up for him. So Johnson sent the guy up to bring the concrete. We just used the 4,000 PSI. We didn't put any accelerants. We just used a straight 4,000, which went off beautiful. We were done in plenty of time, but I had to put the grass back, and that was kind of a pain in the ass. I brought a couple bags of sand too because I knew it'd be all wavy because on the other side of the wall, we're just stepping on it. There's no way around it. And we had to peel the grass back, and whoever put that grass up put like 500 pins in it. And then when they get rust and corrosion on the bottom, they're hard to pull back out through that grass because you got to take them all the way back out, tuck it, keep tucking it, and using them to tighten it as you go, the nails. Well, that's about a stiff 5, I would call it. It won't go through my screen, but I don't want it to boil out from out under the form. So the way I pump it, I'll just slow it down and I'll put it up against the face of it, and it goes above it 2-3 inches and it won't billow out. Like I could pump 4 feet with the bottom open of stem walls and stuff. I've done it for years, how to do it. You don't have to worry about it boiling out or none of that. We got a little water in the wall, so that'll boil out, and then we'll just clean that up. But I didn't have a wheelbarrow. I had a wheelbarrow, but I don't want to mess with it. There's nowhere on the property to ditch it. So you got to be perfect. You got to be flawless when you do these kind of houses, and they're paying, and they have every right to expect flawless work, and that's what they get. When you hire West Coast, you're going to get the most flawless work. We got an ocean view. We got a Mexican restaurants right down below us. We would go and get food, lay around, wait for the stuff to go off. It's an amazing life, and I am one of the most blessed people by God you could ever see. For me, I don't really chase money like that. It's like I never had a desire to be rich. I like doing what I do and it shows, you know. I don't have to make fun of people on here or my crew or say, "Oh, you did this or that," and I'm putting up with it, and it's a whole show. You can just give information. You're not People are not going to steal your work. If you're that good and your name's that good, let other people know how to do it. If you can learn something out of it, it's worth the weight in gold watching it. And everything on my channel is free. And if you want to learn how to pump or go to the next levels, I charge consultations, and you will start off way ahead of where I started. Because I started off uh, completely blind and never did concrete in my life. I had never ran a pump. I had never worked for anybody in concrete or construction, period. And there was no YouTube. So you're talking about a guy that's about as resourceful as you're going to get. And I didn't know anybody in the industry. Go try and pump with a ball valve under pressure and never seen one run. I mean, if I would have had that stuff on tape, it would have been completely bonkers. It was a, I had no shame though, because I'm trying to make a living and figure out how to do it. So if people had a problem with me, that's your problem. And there was a lot of problems. This is a refined, perfected version since I came on YouTube than prior before, you know, because I started off as just a concrete pumper and I absolutely loved it. And then I was, I don't want to do it 6 days a week after about 2, 3 years. So I bought a Bobcat and a dump trailer, and I bought another Bobcat and another dump truck and another dump truck. And I had a big demo operation and I had 3 or 4 pumps. And but there's something I value more than money, and it's my time, and you can never get it back. So for me to be a millionaire, yeah, I could easily do it. I could do massive. I just signed a $180,000, probably more, commercial job, all flat work. I'll make 100 grand off of it. But if I wanted to commit myself to this YouTube, and I could be a millionaire, but I'd rather spend time with my kids. And when I die, I want to be judged. What kind of dad were you? What kind of businessman? How honest were you? Were you a slave to the dollar? No. You have to make money. You have to support people. You want to set your kids up. But at the same time, I'm teaching my daughter an editing business and she makes good money. I'm one of her main clients and she makes a lot of money doing what she does. And she's indisposable. She's worth every penny, and she's a kid. But that's where it's at for me. That's the legacy I want. And then my videos are timeless. And 100 years from now, they're going to be watching some of the designs and concrete work I do. It's not just driveway after driveway. It's not, who's late, this or that. It's ridiculous, and people find honor in people who are using people to make money off YouTube. It's just disgusting. But you got to be an independent thinker. You got to ask yourself, what am I learning from this? If it's entertainment, then say it's entertainment. These streets are tight. I'm like, dang, I don't want to get my hook ran over. So I'm going to wash my pump out here. That is an Olin 545 for you that are new. It's a 45 yard an hour pump. They're out of Huntington Beach. And there's TA pump out of Stanton. That's an amazing pump. So you got Olin and Huntington out of Orange County. And then you got TNA pump out of Stanton. If you're interested in pumps, those are the two. It's Ferrari, Lamborghini, whichever one you prefer. There's no wrong one of those two. They're both just, they just smoke like Putzmeisters or Schwings or Reeds or, Mako, of course, but any other brands, because I've had them all. This pump will just walk circles around it. Reliability, maintenance isn't bad. To start a pump business in other states is about 250 a year. You'll make 250K. We're on a major slope, and the pump and the mud's just going to sit on the back, and I'm going to pump it all the way low, and it's going to have all this mud up there. So I just shovel it down while I'm pumping it down. Here's a washout. Well, I think we had 50 feet of hose out, which is the best pump job you could ever do. I mean, you got 50 feet. That new hose I bought is friggin' heavy. I don't know this hose right here. I'm not too hip on it, but I'll put it off the pump when I have more hose, because then it'll stay and lay. It won't get dance all over when it's surging or I'm pumping a long distance. And I'll use a lighter red line hose on the end. It's not that worn out. And I got a lot of hose up my yard too. And it's just me now as the pumper. I don't have all these pumps and people with me. It's just me. I put the weather was just ruining my hose, just destroying it. The salt air My equipment's right by the ocean, within less than a quarter mile. In Huntington, you have that Mountain Dew, the morning mist dew. Look at that, best in the West. That's a fact. So I got the best crew you money can buy. So I already know my product. I don't. If I didn't do YouTube, I would be there for the customer and be on the job. I don't want to like charge them a bunch of money and then I'm not there. If I wasn't filming, I'd still be there for part of the day, and I'd probably run down to the beach and come back. That's how we cut joints and walls. The other wall was block. It didn't have joints in it, but it lasted. It was separating down where all the pressure was on the corner, and the corner was cracked. So I got Jose, Javier, and Jose's protege with him, a guy he's training. He's a young guy. He got friggin' down. Everyone out here is a reflection of me, my leadership, how good they are if they're advancing, and everybody just keeps advancing on my jobs. If you've seen the Miltons when they started, they were laborers. They're top finishers. This kid will be a top finisher. Jose has with him. I've never seen him before, but if you're rolling in these groups, you're going to get good. And if you want to go on your own, you're going to be really seasoned. And if they ever ask me business questions or how to charge, no problem. My guys are. I even tell people that call me. I mean, the YouTube calls are nonstop. I mean, it's ridiculous, but I put myself out there, and it's part of storing treasures and helping people. If you can change the trajectory of somebody's life from being a slave working 40, 60 hours a week, getting taxed to death, to be an independent thinker and get their own pump, or you be a specialist with an S70 and go in tight areas. I mean, you're going to be just killing it wherever you're at. And that's what you want to do. I figured it out on my own. So, you know, I'm a different kind of cat to deal with. You know what I mean? I can see things, and I know what I'm doing, and I know people. I just got to ask questions and hear how they answer it. I already know. Oh no, this guy's no bueno or whatever. And anyone Javier brings around, he's never brought anyone around who's not awesome. And he handles a lot of that for me. And he has his own company too, so we're really good friends on another aspect too. If he needed help, I'll call him. I mean, he would do anything for anyone. Look at the finish of this wall. You guys will see it from the other side, and you got to stay to the end to see the night shot. Everything is completely detailed here. It's done to a fine science, from the tools, from the timing, to the guys, to the pump. I mean, people who don't pump and have a buggy, why do they have a bobcat and a breaker? Why don't they use a jackhammer and a wheelbarrow? It's the same process of thinking, mindset. It's somebody who is not thinking out of the box, and they're just convinced. It's the same people who think you can't put a steel trowel in freeze areas, but they use a steel edger around the perimeter and it doesn't spall or pop there, but the middle it will. I mean, it's just absurd. It's because they can't have they can't put it down in a timely manner and do all the stages. It's already blown up on them. So if people told them, "No, you can't steel trowel. This is why it's going to pop." Well, it can't, because they can't get to it and cut joints and do it all and put a good product on them. It's just blowing up on them. They're friggin' magging it and brooming it right behind it. Look at the quality of it. It's why nobody zooms up on their work. I mean, this wall's pristine. And anyone who doesn't think so, write in the comment. You'll see outside the perimeter, and for all the people who say I pour little jobs and do stuff, I make a shitload of money pouring with no competition where I'm at. I'm at the top of the mountain, residential. I don't bid against jackasses. You know what I'm saying? And the next commercial job I just signed, after I do the floating steps and the driveway, you'll see what level I'm capable. I'll have probably 30 guys there a day. That's how much manpower I need. So, it always comes out. What's done in the dark will come in the light. So there's nobody could ever come and say I didn't pay him, or I ripped him off, or I did a crappy job. And I make sure of that just by having integrity. It's just automatic for me. If you want to learn how to run a business or pump, or start a concrete demo business or pumping, call me. I'll advise you how to do it. And it's got a broom. It's all exposed. So whoever goes down there where Javier is in front of the driveway, they're going to see all this. And this driveway I did, I just loved it. It changed all the elevations where he could go the mailbox or the street in his wheelchair. And I never got to show it. I'm like, and about a couple months ago, I was like, damn, I've done so many jobs. I wish I could have shown Temple Hills and Laguna Beach this one. But I wish I had the before and the elevations, how much I changed it. And all the water goes towards the garage, and I put that commercial drain across it. There was like 28 feet of drain, and back then, this was before I started YouTube. That drain was like $1,800. And we got the master putting the broom on it. You're not going to get much any better than him. He's the best carpenter and finisher I've ever seen. Jose finishing twos right there. So I have the best guys around. And they don't go to just anybody's job, you know. There's a good look from the other side. You guys got to shout out Ladybug's editing. You want to watch the best in the West? It's only going to get better. It's only going to get higher end. And it's going to go good. And it's always going to be packed full of information. I hope you guys enjoy it. The end video, the end shot of the night of the sunset on this is just incredible. And this guy has a 3-story house with panoramic ocean view. And he's in a wheelchair in a 3-story house. Shout out Jim. Amazing guy. I was so surprised when he called me, and then I said, "Oh, I did your driveway on Temple Hills and the shaft to your elevator." And he said, "Yeah." And you know, I don't know how long ago I started YouTube, but this was about 4 or 5 months prior. I did the driveway. We made the wall, the lip in front of the driveway higher. There's a good look at that there. I mean, dang. Looks pretty awesome, if I might say so myself. I wish Ladybug would have showed that driveway a little bit. That thing, there's not one crack in it. It's like about 22-yard driveway. And up on the top of the hill with all kinds of movement. 3/4 of the way up. Does that look good or what? I mean, you want the best in the West, call West Coast. And you'll get this every time. Look at the joints. I want to thank everybody who watches. There's the money shot there. God bless everyone out there, and I hope everyone stays prosperous. Thank you very much.